up with the question again, and I will quickly key in the data in the Excel sheet, and the other one probably in the SPSS, so that we quickly run and go for the answer and see what if their answers are correct or are tally. At least you have your script, you know what you did. Okay, or do you have the question right away now? With you, I want to open an Excel so that I put this is okay. Let's quickly run the data. Where's the question? I need the question so that I can put the question up. I think test one. Test one. Okay. This is let me just copy like this. Oh, just one question. Okay. Good. Okay. Let's which one is okay? I share this. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Okay.
Okay, good. So I've just tried to copy the data into my Excel sheets. So the questions, this is the data that was given, right? And the question is asking us to find the mean and the standard deviation between of the distance and the rental value. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. For the mean, because we have cases, case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, that means the total number of observation we have here is 15. I think you agree with that. So let's start from getting the sum, then the mean, and then the standard deviation. Okay. So first of all, you get addition of this. Oh, what's the sum? So we get the sum. We get the sum for this as well. So what is the average, the mean distance and the mean score? So we just get this. This will be the total divided by 15, right? 15. This gives us 4.87. And same thing with this. So this is 18,933 RM. So let me put the 2 in 2 decimal places so that we so now this is the from here, the mean distance from the center to all the across all the properties. This means distance is 4.87 kilometer, while the mean average renter is 18,922 per annum. So whose answer is different from this? Do we get the same thing?
Same.
Same. Everybody.
Yes.
Yes.
You sure everybody will get same? If it is same, everybody, that means all of you got it right. And that's a plus. Well done. Then we are to do standard deviation, right? Normally, if you go to do the standard deviation for each one, so let's say for distance first. So what is we'll get the deviation from the mean. That is, let's say this is distance minus average mean by D. We do X minus mean X, mean of X, and we square it. And I'm sure you know the procedure. And this one will be this minus where is our average mean minus this, and I have to put a $sign here so that it will be easy for us to copy. So this is the result. We are talking about the distance now, and we can do the same thing downward. This is just the steps I want you to take when you were doing it in the exam or in the test. Then we get this one. This is, let's say this is D. I call it DD. And what I mean by DD is deviation from distance deviation, so that we just try and separate it from the rental value. We use letter R for R when we are doing that. What is that? X. Okay. So then we have to do this one, DD square raised to power 2. D raised to power 2. And that means this one square. Okay. This raised to power 2. 2 points decimal. Okay. And we can copy this one all through, right? Okay. Let's do the same thing for the renter. And when I will say R deviation, RD equals, let's say, X of D minus mean X of D. Irrespective of the letters or we are using, I want to believe everybody understands what I'm doing, because that is what is supposed to have followed in the test. When I say show all workings, so I know you can use Excel or your calculator to find it, but when I say show all workings, this is the steps I expect you to show. This equals to this minus the mean. So and I have to put a $sign there. There. Okay, so this I can copy down. What happened? What's supposed to be here? D19, DS22. Why? Yes, this is D19 minus DS22. What happened here? Okay, what's here? Okay, 15,000. Now, square of this. Raised to power 2. And that is this raised to power 2. So 2 decimal places. Okay, I copy as well. Here, so we get the sum. Because this is what we need. Okay, and when we get the sum, we get the variance. The variance is this one divided by n, and our n is 15. Okay, variance. Let me just put variance here. And variance, this one will be this divided by 15. Variance is 12. Yeah. This. Okay. Now our standard deviation is the square root of these ones. Here. This one raised to power 0.5. Anything raised to power half is square root. 0.5. Let's see. Okay, this is 3.4 something. Okay, let's 2 decimal places. Am I okay? Let's see if the same thing. This is equal to this raised to power 0.52. Okay. So we go to okay. Class, can we compare? Do we get the same thing for the standard deviation?
Same.
Still same.
Yes.
That's correct. Good. That's me. You follow the statistics. So this is what is expected, and this is all the working that you are expected, how you fill in the table, how you calculate one step by step, and all these steps are going to be marked. So this one is going to be marked, this row, all these 4 rows will be marked, equal weight, then your mean and standard deviation will be marked. So, and I think this is about 15 marks. I think this is about 15 marks. Is that okay? So if we get same thing up to this point, good luck, 15 marks scored. So I want to believe there's no cheating. I was watching you on the test. Somebody was moving here and there. Okay. The next aspect of the question is talking about the relationship. And when you are to find the relationship, you have to find the correlation. That is what it means. Correlation between the distance and the rental value. So is there any correlation? Is there any relationship? Does one affect the other? What is the level of influence of one on the other? For example, we do believe theoretically in real estate, the distance affects prices. So we expect the distance to affect the rent. But I used to say it that is in real estate, it's not only the distance. Accessibility is more important than even the distance. If the distance is far, but there is easy accessibility, multiple access road to the place, that it is easier for you to transport yourself from one point to the other, the value will be good. But if the distance is not far, but it is awkward to get access to the property, it may equally lose value. So accessibility is much important. But here we are talking about distance. How far you are to the center determines how much you pay or how much the property will generate. So the question now is that we should do a kind of correlation analysis to really know whether the distance is affecting the rental value. So, and you know the stages. So I think there's one here. Which one do we use? Oh, so that we get which formula do we use? Any of the formula here? Okay, can we pick this one? Control C. Okay, control, where do I put it so that I'll be able to see? I'll be able to see the formula so that we'll fill in. Control V. Okay. So we have this, we have this. So what do we need now? We have this square, yes. We have this, okay, summation of this. Oh, everything we have here is enough for us to do our correlation, right? So let's now put in the figures. in the equation. Let me try. I want to be looking at the formula so that I can fix in the figure. So the first thing is summation x minus by y, then y minus by y multiplying each other. Okay. This for the distance, we have gotten the summation, which is this. Okay, we sum this, we sum this. Control C, Control V here. What is this? Oh, no. This multiplied by this, summation, this multiplied by, okay, we need to do this multiplying this. Yeah. Okay. This and this, we need to multiply here. So let's say DD multiplying RD. Okay. Let me quickly do that. This, and this. Let's see what it will give. This multiplying this. Let's go. Where is it stopping? Okay. Okay. Control C, Control V. Okay. Control V. Okay, so we have this now. Then we need this square, which is this one. This square multiplied by this squared, yes. This square multiplied by this. Summation of this, what is the summation? This multiplied by this. Okay, let me do that too. This and this. This is going to be a very long figure. You said so. And I didn't reduce it to. Okay. I have this. Then I want to get this one, which is this multiplied by this. And that will be dividing this. And I need to get the square root of this, okay? So the correlation now, R, correlation R, correlation will equal, okay, this total divided by this. And if we want, because of this square root sign, I've gotten the square root of this, I've gotten the square root of this. So I can multiply this together and use it to divide this. So this will be equals okay. Control C. What happens now? Okay. Okay. So here now equals this divided by bracket open, this multiplied by this bracket close. So this is the correlation to two decimal places
Doctor.
Yeah.
For the lower part of the fraction, the figure should be F21 and H21.
F21 and H21. Yes, but look at this square root. You know, the square root here.
Okay,
Can you get it?
I
I did it together because the square root of this one is this, and the square root of this one is this. That's why I jumped that. Is it okay? Do you understand that? We can equally do the same thing. Okay, don't worry. We can equally do the same thing. Let me put it here and let's see whether there will be a difference. So this, now, this. Okay, let's go your way. And I open a bracket here. This. Okay. Divided by this. You mean this multiply by this. Okay. And this is supposed to raise to power, because of the square root, raise to power 0.5. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
0.5. And then the bracket closed now. I think it's okay now. This. Okay. Okay. So let me see what the difference comes from. Yeah. This square roots. This one is okay. The square root of this. Okay, I want to check this. Square root of this. This multiplying this. I want to check again. This. Multiplying this. Okay. Raised to power 0.5. Okay. Okay, then this divided by this. Okay. This look more correct, but I want to see, I'm looking for y difference. Square root of this and square root of this should be the same thing. This square, this square. Okay. They're supposed to be the same thing. Control X, Control V. So go with you. But I expect them to be the same because the square root affect the two as well. But that will be cross-checked later. Now, we have a negative correlation. How many people get negative correlation?
Same.
Okay, so what is the interpretation of this? So it shows that there is an inverse relationship between distance and the rental income. The longer the distance, the lower the rental income. Or the shorter the distance, the higher the rental income. So this is an inverse relationship. How was the question asked? Were you asked to explain? Let me see the question. Determine and explain the relationship between the distance and rental value using correlation coefficient. Okay. So when we were to we have determined the correlation negative 0.74. So this correlation is an inverse relationship, is a negative. Is it weak or strong? Can we say this is strong or weak?
It's strong.
It's strong because the coefficient is more than 0.5, 0.6. So a coefficient that is greater than 0.5, 0.6, 0.7 is a strong correlation. So we have a strong negative correlation. A strong negative correlation between distance and rental income. And what it means is that when the longer the distance, the lower the rental income, or the shorter the distance, the higher the rental income. They were moving in the opposite directions. This satisfies the law that says the farther you are from the center, the lower the rent, because the excess is to compensate for travel distance and the travel cost. Do we understand that now? So if you get everything and you explain very well, 30 marks. Correct. So how do you feel? Do you feel good?
Yep, feel good.
Good. I'll be happy that everybody score as much as that. However, these are observations when I was downloading your answers. I got one script without matric number, no identity. I don't know who that is. No identity, no matric number, so I can't fix either the old or new matric number. I don't know where to fix it right. Maybe if the person is the only person that does that, any number that is missing, I will ascribe to that script. But if more than one, I will be in a confusion on who script is this or that. But I have one that there's no matric number. And some of you, your scanning or your hand or your pen did not write clearly. I don't know, because when I printed them, they were not showing clearly. And I may be forced to be marking that script both on the screen, to be looking at what is on the screen if that is clearer, to cross-check with what is on the screen, on the paper. Because the paper, when printed, it was not clear enough. So let this be a warning so that in the exam, you write and print clearly, deep and clearly. Use a pen that will appear very well so that when you scan, your data will still be seen. Your answers will clearly be seen. Okay? This is not only for my course, I'm saying this for every course. Because we may need to download your paper, print them out before we mark. So try and make sure when you are writing exam, your pen is a deep one, it's clear enough, it's not fading. If it is fading or you are not writing very well, print very well so that when you scan, it will still appear clear. There are few scripts that didn't appear clear. So is that taken? I will do my best to match those scripts with the soft copy, so I can use the soft copy to mark it. But don't make such mistake in an exam.
Doctor.
Yes.
But can you let us know who are the one who the scanning is not good? So next time we'll have more care. We'll be more careful for this.
maybe when I mark finished, when I finish marking, I can identify everyone that is not clear enough.
Then, doctor, can you mention in a group so we will note it next time?
The group. Yes, I will, because there's no lecture next week, I will let you know in the group WhatsApp.
Okay, thank you, doctor.
I can pass that message to know those ones who didn't print clearly that I need to mark with soft copy so that in exam you do better. But even if you check your email, you'll be able to identify yourself. You scan to the email. If yours is, if it's not clear, you can identify. But when I finish, I will try and pass those whose name is not clear enough. That'll be okay. So any other question?
No question.
Okay.
So, doctor, do we have class on Thursday?
Maybe Thursday is by Thursday I wouldn't have finished marking. If there's no question, I can leave you so that we don't have class on Thursday until you have your results. And if there's any question, that can be an arrangement with the class. So hopefully there's no class on Thursday. This class was meant to look at the text, which we have just done, and to even chip in a way of interpreting the correlation so that everybody gets it right. And I hope we are on the same page. Okay.